Hello people of BookTube, Megan here and time for another video. Today I'm going to be doing a 7 on Sunday video. So for those who might not know, 7 on Sunday is a weekly prompt that was created by G Swizzle, the Goodreads group for that. I will link down below if anyone's interested in checking it out. Each week there's a set prompt and you pick 7 things that fill that prompt. This week's prompt is 7 authors that you would like to quarantine with. I'm a little late to the party. I missed last week's prompt because I was in a horrible slump. And because of that slump, I am very behind in filming videos. So for the next week or two, the 7 on Sunday thing will probably be a few days late for me. My days off where I film are Mondays, so my 7 on Sunday videos for the next couple weeks will probably be a little late while I play catch up on my videos. So these are gonna be belated 7 on Sundays for a little bit. But better late than never, right? So let's get into this prompt. Like I said, it is 7 authors that you would like to quarantine with. And this was hard for me. I managed to get narrowed down to 8. So I'll probably have like an honorable mention at the very, very end. And this list is in no particular order. The first 2 authors on this list are on the list for similar reasons. They are Rick Riordan and Michael J. Sullivan. These 2 authors are 2 of my favorite authors, and I just love the worlds that these authors have created. Like, both these authors created some awesome universes in which all their series take place in, and just how they manage to just continuously build upon this world just blows my mind. Just over the years, seeing these worlds unfold and learning more about them, and just the fact that they can keep all this stuff together and like have it flow and just work so well is just mind-blowing to me. So I would just love to be able to pick their brains and like figure out how they managed to make that happen. And I would just love to be able to talk about mythology with Rick Riordan and just, I don't know, he feels like he'd be a really cool guy to just sit down and chat with. Just based on like his tweets and just some interviews I've seen, I'm just like, you seem like a really cool person and pretty cool to hang out with. Michael J. Sullivan, based on some like live streams he has done, also seems like a really cool person and would love just to hang around and chat with him as well. And just something else that I would love to be able to pick their brains about as a aspiring author is just how Rick manages to take mythology and, yeah, he manages to make it a little more appropriate for young children, because some myths aren't exactly child-friendly. How he manages to kind of like tweak them just enough to make them more suitable, while at the same time not changing like the myth so much that it's not recognizable. I would just love to be able to get a know-how on that, and just how he manages to make like Greek, Norse, Egyptian gods to work in like a more modern setting. You know, to make these ancient stories work in the modern age. And then Michael J. Sullivan, the world that he has made, total high fantasy, totally made up from his own imagination, and it's just the fact that someone can make something so vast from their imagination just blows my mind. And just I would love to find out more on how this came to be, how it started, how he managed to make this world more or less from the ground up. And not only that, but just expand it over 3 series now, going on 4 next year, I believe. And yeah, I'd just love to be able to pick at their brains to find out how they managed to make this happen. The next on my list is Julie Kagawa. I absolutely love every book that I have read of her so far. She is one of my auto-buy authors, much like Michael J. Sullivan and Rick Riordan. And I would just love to be able to talk to her about her series and her writing. And from what I understand, she likes to play video games, so I would love to be able to just chat with her about video games and play games with her. And I just think that would be a whole lot of fun. And I know she also makes like little like polymer clay, I think it's polymer clay, dragons to sell on Etsy every once in a while, and I would just love to be able to like talk crafty things with her as well because of that. Maybe learn how to make some clay dragons of my own because they are super cute. Fourth on my list is Sarah J Maas. I greatly like her books. I still haven't finished Throne of Glass yet. I haven't read the last 2 books. I really need to get on that and reread them. I actually went to a signing of hers, like, for A Court of Wings and Ruin. Why am I blanking on titles? Yeah, I believe it was that one. She had a tour stop at a town right next to mine, and I was pumped, and just seeing her, listening to her talk about writing and just her books and everything, and just like listen to her talk about writing. I think she gave some writing advice, and I just found it really inspirational, and she just seems like a really cool person to hang out with. And I just love to be able to talk writing with her and just talk in general, really, because she does seem like a nice person, and just she'd be really fun to hang out with, I think. Number 5, I have Holly Black. Holly Black is also an auto-read author for me. I love her books. I love her writing style. Like, she is like the kind of writer I would love to be. Just, I can't put my finger on what I like about her writing style. She's the author who kind of introduced me to the darker aspects of the Fae. That fairies aren't all like sunshine and rainbows and like Tinkerbell. They can be quite dark, they can be quite devious, they can be things that you do not want to mess with. And ever since I was introduced to that, after I got over like the shock, like, oh my god, this is dark, I fell in love with that aspect. I like the dark and grittiness of her fairies and her like take on fairies. Ever since then, I've loved like dark fairy stories. And I also got to meet her a few times, both at a book signing and then at Boston Teen Author Festival a couple years ago. And she is just an amazing person. And just, I'd love to be able to hang out with her and just talk like anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be about books or writing, just she seems like a cool lady. Next on my list is Ashley Costin. Ever since I read Geekerella, she's become like auto-read for me as well. Just, she, based on like what I saw of her at Boston Teen Author Festival when she was there a few years ago, and her on Twitter, I just think she'd be a whole lot of fun to hang out with. We both like nerdy stuff, we both like Disney, and just, I'd love to be able to like geek out with her about anything and sit down and watch Disney movies with her. I don't know if she's still doing it, but a while ago she was doing like live tweets of her revisiting like some Disney movies, and just, they were a riot. It was just a wild ride to see these live tweets happen, and it was endlessly entertaining, and just, I think she'd be really fun to quarantine with. And the 7th author on my list is Kevin Hearn. So far, I have only read his Iron Druid series, and I don't think I finished it. I think I still have to read the last book or 2, but he did a book tour. He had a stop in Harvard Square, got to go see, and just, he seems like a really cool dude. And, you know, based on his tweets as well. Just seems like a really chill dude. I would greatly enjoy, you know, sitting down talking like mythology with him, because the Iron Druid series has a lot of mythology in it. Love to talk mythology, love to talk books or writing with him, because it's really interesting how he kind of makes like various mythologies work in his world, and not just that, but work in a modern setting, because it is an urban fantasy series. So just love to get like how he managed to make all that work. And just at the signing, he just seemed like a cool dude. I was the last person in line because I had a lot of books to sign. And just, he was a really chill dude. Really cool. It was nice being able to chat with him. And also on Twitter, really cool dude. He was doing, I don't know if he's still doing it or if he finished it. He was doing like a first reaction like live tweet thing to Avatar: The Last Airbender. And just, his live tweets were great. They were just fantastic. And lately, I've noticed he's been doing like quarantine drinks, where he's like been making drinks in quarantine and like showing how to make them and stuff. And I think that's cool. And honestly, I think it'd be cool as hell to just kick back with a few drinks and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender with them. That just sounds fantastic. And because I'm feeling extra, I do feel the need to mention an honorable mention. Like I said at the beginning, this was a hard choice to make, because I managed to get limited down to 8, but 7 on Sunday, not 8 on Sunday. But I feel the need to do an honorable mention, and that is Cassandra Clare. I love Cassandra Clare's books. Haven't read China Gold yet, but it is on my list once I get my physical TBR down a little bit. But like Rick Riordan and Michael J. Solomon, just this amazing universe, this whole Shadowhunter universe she has made is beyond amazing and beyond impressive to me. The fact that she turned this one series and managed to expand it into several, as well as several short stories too. And it's just mind-boggling. So if I had a chance, I wouldn't mind picking her brain on how she managed to make this happen and to make it all work and flow, and just how the heck she keeps managing to grow this universe. And not only that, not only take these things but add her own little spin to it while placing it in a modern setting. Just that kind of stuff I just find amazing. The only reason she's an honorable mention compared to like being on the list is because I do like the Percy Jackson universe, the Camp Half-Blood universe, a little more than the Shadowhunter universe. I do love both these authors greatly, but that's what it came down to. I don't really know how to end this. I'm a little out of the habit of filming, but yeah, that is it for this week's 7 on Sunday video. Hopefully I can get this up ASAP so it's not too late. Like I said in the beginning, the link to the 7 on Sunday Goodreads group will be down below. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.